Pretty awesome. I had one amazing comeback win in the video that where the audio bugged out. That will not be uploaded, unfortunately. I think I went down to like 1 or 2 life. My opponent was above his starting life total, and I came back to win it, which was really amazing. So fantastic opening hand. Allied Assault will pump each creature by 2. And very likely I can either clear the board or get in for damage that way. Pretty happy to see this. Actually, I can get my party to 3. 4 even. One 4. Okay, so I'm gonna drop. I have double white already. So I'll put down the cleric. I now have a party of 3. Oh, I could kick him. That's even better. So I could kick for 4, tap him down, and draw a card. That's pretty sweet. Tap up to 2 target creatures. Get in for 4, draw a card off the rogue. Oh, it has to be cast that turn. I totally forgot about that. Still pretty good though. Getting that land off top was actually really nice. Draws me a card. So I don't know what the top deck card will be. If it's a land again, then I don't want to play a land first main phase. So I have a party of 3 right now. This technically, if I get a party of 4 down, this is 8 damage. But I think clearing the floor for combat is going to be pretty important. Is he going to block 1 or 2? 2. Oops. Little bit of BM. Can't help myself. Just a tiny teensy bit. Solid card. This is the card everyone plays. Because why wouldn't you? Royal's not quite gonna do it. Unless I kick it. I have 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I could haste out Scorch Rider. I don't really want to use Royal Eruption right now. This seems pretty good. So currently trading 3 damage for 4, behind on card advantage. Yeah. So I can kick Royal Eruption now. Question being, do I leave the flyer open and race him? And I think I do. I can't use the card I get off of Night Runner right now. And I'm pretty okay with him trading the Expedition Healer. But I suppose this is just better. Ouch. That card actually would have just probably closed out the game for me. gaining 8 life. But you basically, like when you lose a card off the top of the deck that way, you have to treat it as though the card were on the bottom of your deck. Like it hurts to lose the flyer, but I still think it's correct to make the attack. Okay, so he's a little bit afraid of dying on the swing back. It's going to help me. I wish this was an equipment. It's an enchantment aura. Unattached equipment from creature you control. So I'm going to do this right this time. Get back tapped land. Replay a land. And fill out the board. So I'm very close to just having lethal. And after this game, I might just cut the royal, one of the eruptions, not the royal eruption, but the 2-mana instant in my deck. To put in another combat trick. Whenever land enters the battlefield under control, it gets +2/+2. So he has four blockers. If I were to swing in with everything, I deal 1 damage. So we're going to sit at board parity for a while. For a good long while. If I pull the equipment out of the deck, I'm in amazing shape. If I do not pull the equipment, then we look at each other with suspicion. Ryan BW37. I wonder if that's his license plate. Hello, very similar deck. How are you today? I can start getting in the air. I think that's better than clearing a ground target. Add some inevitability to the game. But if he kills this, he gets a ton of life again. Which is quite unfortunate. Also, I'm pretty likely I could draw a second flyer to close out the game, so it makes sense to clear up the air. +2/+2. So this is pretty good for me. This is pretty good. I can double block this guy, losing one of my creatures. And I can double block him on the ground. He has the same card in hand that he did last game. So I'm going to guess that he has no combat trick, but I could be wrong. This could just be a sneaky play. Like he drew and played a land, I assume. But here, Allied Assault. Wow. Okay, so that's going to blow me out super hard. If I hadn't blocked, I would have just died. And flooded on lands. I'm so sick of this. I have 3 dual lands in the deck, any of which would probably win from here. 3 of them. Three of them. I think I'd take 10 here. Yep. Hell yes. Showing up. Right when I need you. It's not much life. But it could be enough. So I have good blocks again. And I can kill him in the air. Not losing the Hellion there was really important. And I do have to block the 5/4. I mean, technically I don't, but I lose to the all-in swing if I get too low. Dire Tactics is really sweet. Deals 4 damage right now. And I can just start racing him. Fuck. Yeah. Stop giving me lands. Stop giving me lands. He wants lands. Every top deck he has is good because of this card. Wow, 5/5 Vigilance. That will be game. You know what? I have come to a decision about life. I would much rather be protected against land flood than land screw. So I'm going to go to 17 lands. And also trade off Sizzling Barrage for... Maybe I don't have it. I thought that I had the rage, the unmeasurable or unreasoned rage, the 2-mana combat trick, somewhere in there. The problem with this card, while it has good range, it's only good on the aggression. It's a really good synergy with Kite Cell Cleric because people want to block me a lot. That puts me to 38 cards, eh? So I have the Dire Tactics. I could be running a Skyclave GP. It is a very good card. Torment for a little extra card draw. 3 mana, deal 2 damage or destroy target artifact. I suppose it hits Gate Colossus. Might be reason enough to play Molten Blast. That at least was the opinion of LSV, that there are enough strong artifacts in the format that you want that card. It doesn't feel good to play it, but it might be better than including some of these other cards. I'm basically not running GP'd because I need as much party as I can get. And my 3-drop is fairly filled up. All right. The game that matters. The tight, close game. I think even if I go one win, I'm going to upload this. I need to get content on the channel. I can't handle having a day of botched recordings. Two land opener. No, 3/4 land opener. Decent starting hand. I'll probably drop the Spike the Hazard. Although Fling is good for ending games and Hazard has good utility. So I think if the game goes long enough, I'll be able to bounce this to my hand. So I actually changed course a bit there. Ooh, Ruin Crab. This card's insane. 1 mana win con. Whatever land enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills 3 cards. So I'm on a clock immediately at the start of this game. He kills me in 10 turns. Disgusting. Disgusting. But I do have an answer. So I want double red right now. Going for attack, see if he calls the bluff, or calls the combat trick, which he does. And I'm going to go ahead and torment, find something relevant from the deck, and discard a land. So that is an answer. If he is a wizard tribal, this looks like the kicker deck. Blue-green is the kicker deck, but he's in mill, so usually you're black-blue rogues if you're trying to mill as a game plan. Takes 2 off the top. All 3 off the top. 2 lands and a creature. 23 cards in my deck. I'm gonna have to Royal Eruption as 1-drop before it kills me. Feels terrible. Kicker not kicked? Okay. Whenever you kick a spell, create a 2/2 blue drake. So he is the kicker deck. He's just running 1 absurdly powerful 1-drop. So I'll go ahead and swing in for damage again. See if he reconsiders. He does not. I do not want to do that. So double red, royal. Kill that off, get my cleric down. And throw down a 4th land. So party's at 2 currently. This is the game where we find out if Molten Blast has enough targets to be main deckable. According to my research, it is. This is not a bad use of it. I am losing card advantage by doing this, but I have no other play. And I don't know of an artifact in the green-blue deck that is a must-kill. So I'm okay going for this. Allied Assault is technically a win con. If I use it as burn to the face. So this is a very narrow use spell. So because he gave me an opportunity to get value out of it, I'm pretty happy to do so. Just going to return Ruin Crab. The benefit here is that I will just eventually get him low enough that the mill is less important. And he will eventually run out of lands. So bluffing the combat trick worked out pretty well there. I don't think I would have cast either of these. Yep, there's so much life gain in this set. Just so much. The party mechanic's pretty awesome here. So I have party of 3. I can pump 2 creatures by 3. So this is 6 damage right now. As is practice tactics. Blocks here. So I could deal 3, 4 plus 6. I could deal 10 damage right now. but I'll hold off for lethal. He is tapped out right now. So who knows if I get interrupted in the future. Just gonna gain life all game. Keep going in. I don't technically have to kill this. And I think it might be correct to let my guy die. Because if he doesn't interact, I win next turn. But this is also ensuring damage. Kind of a tough call. I like using this when my opponent is tapped out. So I no longer have to worry about milling to death off that card. He could have other mill cards, but getting rid of the crab is pretty solid. And I had full party there. That probably was lethal, eh? Did I miss lethal? Okay, he surrenders anyway. I think I did miss lethal. 510 damage. He was at 8. I was still going off my previous count. But worked out. On my way to mediocrity. Woo! The jump in the early wins is so insane. I went from 100 to 250, and I could go to 1,000 and then break even. So it's kind of crazy. That's why starting off with a loss on your record is so painful. Because the difference between early wins is insane in terms of your reward. But let's keep these videos going. Keep it up. Killjoy, 00. Another gold player. So I have 3 white land opening hand. But I do have playables. So this is a little bit awkward. Starting with 0 red, but 3 lands in hand, and the opponent goes first. So I'm on the draw. Here's my red. 3 lands in hand. I don't actually have to play this. It is a really good spell. I can't get it back, so that might have been a consideration. I see you like the party. And I would like to block that. My turn 3 is probably just killing it with Molten Blast at the moment. Malakir. So burn for 2, gain 2. Fun stuff. Dropping the 3/3 now is quite a bit better. He has party of 2, which is something I need to be careful of. Holding back the cleric did dissuade him from attacking. Not that he necessarily would have. So he gains 3 mana off of Ardent Electromancer. And rebukes my 3/3. It's going to attack in with everything. Who does party matter more to right now? Probably him. He's getting up there. He's getting up there. I got the knife after my warrior died, unfortunately. So, decent use to Molten Blast. The equipment isn't actually great right now. Yeah, I would have just lost it to that spell. Ooh, that's very solid right now, though. So whenever I cast an instant or a wizard or a sorcery, I get to ping for 1 damage. What is that? Oh god, that card's amazing. Followed our retreat to landfall. Either create a 2/2 or put a +1 counter on all creatures in play. And I'm actually going to discard my utility knife. And get a ping off. Him having creatures in play is kind of insane right now. It's going to be incredibly difficult to even win from this position. Incredibly difficult. What the hell? Landfall. Exile the top card of your library. You may play that card as long as it remains exiled. Beginning of your end step. If there are cards exiled with Vault Exploration, put them into their owner's graveyard. And then deal that much damage to each opponent. Okay, he has the double rare enchantment landfall synergy. Now all he needs is a land. So my game is on a clock to just straight up lose to the amount of value that he has. Did I play a land? I'm honestly not sure. So that's fine. He gets a 2/2. He gets to exile a top card of his library. It gets exiled. He pings me for 1 damage. It's nice that it doesn't stay. That would be quite painful. I could haste this out. I need to be aggressive at this point. But losing Rockslide Sorcerer really sucks. So maybe I don't attack with the Rockslide. I am on a clock to win this game. So Fury, I can sack a creature, deal damage equal to its power, +1 from Rockslide. So technically, if this is in play, I get 2 damage out of Shelter Fury. So I'm pretty close to lethal. Both of these are instants. But like in 1 turn, he can turn this around. No. No, 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 no. Okay, let's go for the win. Okay, double block is fine. I could use this now. He's letting me go to damage. I might as well. And protection from red. Ping for 1. Go to damage. And he's dead. Wow. Okay. Okay. We did it. Double rare enchantment landfall synergy. Didn't give him the time to win. Yeah. Those cards are extremely powerful. But yeah, you gotta like do stuff in tandem with them. But I was fortunate that I actually had kill pressure, or he would have just taken over the game entirely. So hell yes, making it to 3 wins. Let's see if we can break even in this draft. Been some epic games. Pretty epic run. Hard fought. T Clutcher. So 3 land, technically 4 land opening hand. So this is tough. I have no relevant spells in hand, but I can draw on 2, and technically I have a 3 mana kill. And I'm gonna play the tap land turn 1 because I can get it back in the future, and then I'll probably discard a land. I will definitely discard a land. Drop a red source. Getting flooded, but we have good high CMC cards. Come on, man. I'm running 14 basics in this deck. I've drawn 6 of 14 basics in the entire deck in the opening of the game. So, solid core Celebrant. Oh, God. I've drawn 7 of 14 basic lands in the opening of the game. We are down on tempo. I am going to go like 5/6 Shepherd Seagate, which is kind of insane. He's holding on to removal. Felidar. So landfall gets +1 counter. What the God damn it. Sometimes the game hates you. There's nothing you can do. It's a 14 land deck. Come on. Nine. There are 5 more lands in 27 cards. It's a little bit less than 1 in 4. What is that as a percentage? Okay. My math was suspect. I discount Seagate Colossus by playing... Oh no, I already have a cleric in play. Forget I said anything. He's got the life gain going down. He has a 1/1 double strike. That's interesting. So, not seeing the huge payoffs yet. Felidar will slowly get out of control. I have pretty good attacks next turn if I just tap down his 2 weakest creatures. Force him to block with either Core Celebrant or Prowling Felidar. There it is. That's the combo. Okay, so I definitely want to kill that, especially while he's tapped out. I leave 4 mana open. And I could either play Rider, or I could kick the Cleric and make him have an awkward block. I could cook a Cleric for dinner. So I'm going to tap down the lifelink and the 1/1 and force out an awkward block. Then hold back the Shepherd for blocks. Unless he wants to take 7 damage, which he does. Idol of Oblivion. A Journey to Oblivion. Actually, not bad. 7/5 was there as a preventative measure more than anything. So what does that leave me? 4, 3, 7 mana. I could kick this for 6 and play Utility Knife, but I do not want to attack with a 4/3. I do not. So I think I'm just going to hold it as a blocker and bluff a combat trick. Yep. Equipping Knife in the 4/3 means if he draws a land, I don't have to trade off. But I'm not worried about him racing me either. So I'm going to get the 1/1 out of range of some of the weaker kill spells. Not that he has 1 mana burn. I think it's only red that I've seen that has, 1 damage burn. Double Prowling Felidar. Now he drops a land, gets 2 pumps. And I will take 3. I will take it. So go ahead and get in 5 damage in the air. Drop down another 4/3. And then I'm going to move the equipment onto another creature. To be a better blocker. So, still a precarious game. 4 cards in hand. If I blocked with Scorch Rider, I would lose the bonus on this creature. Oh god, that's an amazing card. Cleric of Life's Bond. Whenever you cast a cleric, gain a life. Whenever you gain life, put a +1 counter on him. And he has Skyclave. Didn't I pass on one of these? Was that a different draft? I can't tell anymore. What's wrong with him? So he exiles my 1-drop. He exiles my 1-drop. I'm very confused. So how much that costs? 3 to equip, which is fine. It is 6, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I want to move it back onto the 5/4, but it's a difference between winning in 2 turns and not winning in 2 turns. So I think I need to do this. And get down my wizard, which I would have liked to do in combination with a way to trigger it, but I need me creatures on board. I wonder if that was a misclick. That he exiled my 1-drop. There's no way he did that intentionally. None. Ooch. So he does get a life. He burns me for 1. Does it create a token off something? He gains 2 life, burns me for 2. Ooh. He really needed to kick that. That would have been way better than just filling up the board with stuff, I think. I'm so happy to trade if he wants to attack in. Oh, sweet. Okay, so I can... That's lethal, right? Yeah. Classic Royal Eruption, lethal damage. Burn him for 5, ping off his blocker in the air. And get in damage. GG. Tight game. He had the engines. And just shows how strong, like, the synergy between clerics is so insane. If you find the pieces in the right order, it's like, it's so easily going to win you games. Everything you play gains you life. Any life you gain deals damage and pumps your creatures. You have built-in evasion. But we're doing it. Breaking even in the draft. Let's see if we can take this to the skies. Far and beyond. Far and beyond expectations. It has been a rough intro into Zendikar, so I'm so happy to be doing well. And I'm going to check how much memory is on my computer. Sweet. We can go another 3 hours. Hell yeah. Awaken. Platinum player. My opponent goes first. Honestly, this is kind of a weak opening hand. Kitesail Cleric is a lot worse on the draw. And Allied Assault requires a lot of setup to play. Seagate Colossus is going to be a dead card for a lot of the game. But looking better already. Scorch Rider is the weakest card in my hand here. And Shepherd is good enough at turning around games. I will keep it in the opening hand. Still, like, nothing to do early. Hello, Mr. Warrior. Would you like to play? I pretty desperately need to hit a third land. Especially if he just tempos me down. Actually not worried about that at all. Drawing my opponent's cards right now is actually really bad. And I think I just get down the rogue instead of developing a 3/3. This pumps itself probably only by 1 on his turn. So I'm going to put down my rogue. And if I can get it in for damage and draw a land, I have an answer to his 2/2. And then his board looks quite a bit weaker, depending on what he does this turn. Looks like a combat trick. Nope. So I totally forgot that that would happen. But I stand by my play. 2/3 defender. This deals 2 damage to an attacking or blocking creature. So, pretty valuable kill there. And get down my tap land. I'm somewhat stabilized. He is running out of gas. I'm pretty reluctant to play Farsight Adept. It's so much worse on the draw. Hit me for 1 damage, 2 damage, 3 damage. How is your party 3? +1 power to the end of turn for each creature in your party. You have a rogue, and you have a warrior, and you have a gargoyle. Your party is 2. Okay, so yeah. 2 + 1 is 3. But I'm going to have some answers. He's down to 1 card, and we have a great flyer. Gaining back some life. Good answers in hand. Gonna give him unblockable. Three mana. 2 cards in hand. Blood Beckoning, a single card. Interesting. So he controls 3 warriors now. That's actually a problem. And I control none. And I do need to leave... This is 6, but I do need to leave 1 mana open to stop death. I would rather play Adept when I don't have anything else to do. So he's going to prevent my flyer from being able to block. Which means he always gets in the air. So I do think attacking is good here. I do. So I can answer his flyer with a combat trick, and then leaves 1 blocker remaining on ground. If he swings in with the Goma. The Sneak Guide can give something unblockable, so that's going to be... He'll give this unblockable. And then just swing in for all the damages. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, it is one hell of a draw. And that's going to have flying next turn. Losing to the tempo is not so good. He still controls 3 warriors. So if this has 4 power, he can block the 5/4. Even if he attacks with Goma. The problem being giving him a card by playing Adept is immeasurably bad. I just kind of have to hope it's better for me. And it was not. It was not. I'm very close to dead. And I am dead. Knocked out on the draw. Pretty good results. But happy with the turnout so far. Green-red cards never make for good card arts. I suppose the rogue's kind of cool. It's going to be a pain to turn into a graphic. What else is cool in here? Yeah, it's kind of boring. Kind of boring. Royal Eruption. There we do. Exploding screens. That'll be fun. I love this artwork. That looks so cool. I don't know what's happening at all in this card. I'm not allowed to look at it. How dare you look at your cards? What do you think? You own them? Nonsense. But thank you guys for watching. This has been Rational Magic. Hopefully when this goes live, I'll be back to a regular upload schedule. Bringing you that Zendikar Rising content. Leave a like, subscribe if you feel like it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.